Well, hello guys. Today I'm just doing a follow-up to that vlog video I posted about period issues that I was having. It was just an impromptu vlog. I wanted to jump on and kind of just talk about it, just mention some odd things that had been going on with my period. If you want more information, I will link that video below just so you kind of, if you haven't watched it yet. I had been having like really heavy periods lately, long periods, but since that video, like a month later, I had went in for a pelvic ultrasound, and that was recommended by my gynecologist, which she had referred for me. So I went in for my pelvic ultrasound, really nervous, and what it is just a device they put inside of your vagina, and they just move it around the inside of your uterus, and they just, you know, look at it for anything normal, abnormal, just make sure, you know, to see what's going on in there. So I went and had that done. So about a few weeks later, I had a follow-up with my gynecologist. I had already scheduled my annual, like, pelvic exam, the normal, like, you know, annual thing. So it was kind of a follow-up to the results of that ultrasound, and then also I had my pelvic exam done. So a couple things happened at that appointment. One, she went over the results of my ultrasound, and the reason for the ultrasound was she had wanted to see the fibroids, to see if they have gotten bigger, smaller, you know, what the status was of those. Because a year prior to that, again, if you watched my first video, I go into more detail. I had to go and have a D&C done because of heavy bleeding, and we're not sure, but it could have been because of fibroids. But we went over the results. My fibroids are still there. One of them has gotten larger, and then she went and proceeded with the pelvic exam. At the time I had went in for my pelvic exam, I was on my period, because not long after I made that vlog, that period lasted like almost 40 days with maybe a few days break. Like there was a 5-day break in there, and then yeah, so I was on my period for 40 days with like a 5-day break in between. So when I went in for my pelvic exam, I was actually on my period, and I didn't want to do it, but she said, let's it's up to you if you want to go ahead. I can just check and we can try and get it done. So I was in there, and I had already worked myself up to getting my exam done, so I went ahead and just got it done that day. So after she had done the pelvic exam, which was kind of secondary to the, like, the results to the ultrasound, while she was doing the exam, there was a fibroid she saw like on the very edge of my cervix, and she actually removed it, like she cauterized it, or I don't know the term, if I'm saying it right, but she was able to remove something, and she looked over my notes, I guess from when I had my D&C, and she saw that the gynecologist who did the D&C mentioned that I had, like in the specimen after the D&C, there were some polyps. She said, and so what she is recommending, I have done, and I have the two little pamphlets here. One of them is called a hysteroscopy, and the other one is called another D&C, which is dilation and curettage. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the first one is where they go in and they use a telescope-like device to look inside, inserted through your vagina, to look inside of your uterus, to see what they're getting themselves into, basically, and what they need to do. And then the DNC is basically she wants to try and move some of those polyps, because she said she thinks a lot of the heavy bleeding is because of the polyps, and possibly also remove some of the fibroids. So right now she put that in to my insurance to let them know that that's something that she's recommending, so I'm kind of waiting to hear back on that. But yeah, I'm glad that 40-day period is over. It was like 42 days, something like that. I just call it a 40-day period. It's crazy, but I'm glad that, yeah, it finally ended. It was not fun. That's my follow-up right now. I just wanted to let you know what has happened since my last vlog, and I will keep you updated still once I hear back if I'm going to head and go through with suggested procedures. So she said the DNC is just a 1-day, like I'd go in and then I'd be out like that same day. So I just want to mention, I left this part out, that even though I was really nervous to have the pelvic ultrasound done, the lady there was so nice. I just went and laid down. She like dimmed the lights. I don't mean to sound weird or anything, but I hate those bright lights when you're having something personal done like that. But yeah, the room was really dim, and I just expressed my concerns. I told her I was nervous, but she was so nice, and it didn't hurt. You could just feel a little bit of pressure, but that was it. I had just like made it out to be something in my mind, because I had one done when I had my DNC done, and the guy that did it was just, shouldn't have even be in that line of work to begin with. So I'll just leave it at that, but I just wanted to mention that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.